36 years I was a teacher. I finished my teaching in a local school, and before I left I asked my sixth form which driving school did they like having driving lessons from, and the straw poll put on top driveJohnsons by a long way.
So once you made the decision to become a driving instructor, what went on from there?
Okay, from there I decided to contact driveJohnson. I had this visual of Anthony being a 55-year-old bloke with lots of experience and with lots of knowledge that could help me. So I decided to take a chance and meet him. To my surprise, I see a 30-something, very dapper, and I was quite impressed by his ability to persuade me to become a driving instructor. He offered me training, which I needed, and he provided me with an instructor who was outstanding. After passing my tests, I became a driving instructor in December of 2014.
Okay, so what made you join our franchise and stay with our franchise?
What I enjoyed about the franchise was the support initially from Anthony. He talked to me about how I purchased cars, how I got my insurance organised, and then talked about franchise charges, which suited me to the ground because I didn't want to work full time after retiring. So it was a part-time franchise, and I was quite pleased. In comparison with other franchises, he was quite easily the best I could come to have. So I decided he was the man for me. And I stayed with driveJohnsons because the number of students I was able to get on a regular basis was so easy. I didn't have to go into advertising, I didn't have to go cold calling. All the people were there at a phone call from the office, and there was an abundance of them to the point where sometimes I had my diary full and I couldn't take any more.
And is there anything you disliked about it?
Not really. I think looking at my diary, I think they were trying to push more and more students on me, even though I just wanted to work 20 hours. It was no more I wanted to work, so it was a challenge for me to say no, and it was a disappointment to me to say no because I wanted and I enjoyed the teaching of driving.
And how did you find your relationship with driveJohnsons, so the office staff and the directors? Okay,
very friendly and very, very receptive to anything I asked of them. When I had one or two issues with students, they quickly stepped in on my behalf to resolve it. When I needed students, they gave me it. When I decided to step down and even reduce my hours in driving, they appreciated my requirements, and they were quite happy to cater for my needs and reduce my hours and the franchise as a result of that.
And what would you say to other ADIs looking to join a franchise?
I think you've got to look at all that is out there. I looked at the RAC, BSA, RED, and by far the most flexible and supportive I came across after talking to lots of franchises and drivers of those franchises. driveJohnson for me was quite easily the best I could find, and I've enjoyed working with them, and I hope to work for them for a little longer as well. Okay.